Oh, good morning. So today we're looking at the Enneagram number 5, the observer or investigator. And they can be hard to understand because they're so private, all right? They're reserved and extremely private in every aspect of their lives. They're motivated by the need to know and understand everything, to be self-sufficient and avoid looking foolish. They want to be seen as competent or intellectual by those around them. Now, overall, remember we said 5, 6, and 7s tend to live in their heads. I'm a 6, that's where I live. In contrast, 8, 9s, and 1s primarily operate out of their body, while 2, 3s, and 4s from their heart. It's sort of a general, we've talked about that a bit, I think, before. Anyway, 5s usually do not have a large social group. They focus on meaningful relations with the people they do know. Being around a lot of people tends to drain them, so they often keep people out to avoid that kind of overwhelm. They tend to be in fear of the outer world, and so they withdraw, gather information, and minimize their need for other people. For them, the more knowledge they have, the safer the world becomes, and knowledge becomes a comfort. They tend to stay in the background, but they pay attention, and they remember stuff. You know, you think they're just there, but they're not paying attention. But little gets by them. They know what's going on. At their best, they're smart, sensitive, and independent. Now, there's 3 5s that I know well, and typically they don't volunteer information. They're brilliant, all 3 of them, but they hesitate to offer their knowledge and insight out into the world. But when they do, they're bang on. And so what I found is that what seems to work best for the 5 is for me to initiate the conversation, as it will help them to feel more comfortable. But once you get them going on a topic, they often know quite a bit. The downside, of course, is that they can sometimes overthink situations, and then that can lead to loneliness and isolation. And sometimes they can, if their stubbornness gets the best of them, they can come across as sort of a know-it-all. But like I said, at their best, they're generally spot on. They're often in scientific and technical or other intellectually demanding fields, strong analytical skills, and good at problem solving. They like to work alone, but it's great to have them on a team because they're great problem solvers and they're independent thinkers. And they want to make the world a more enlightened place. They gather information and then for the purpose of making the world a better place. The wings of a 5 obviously are 4 and 6, and those with a more developed 4 wing tend to be more creative and aware of their emotions, while those with a more developed 6 wing tend to be more loyal, maybe anxious, cautious, and maybe more family oriented. And then the movement for a 5 is to 8 and 7. The 8 energy helps them move towards action rather than just gather information. And especially if there's a cause or something that is justifiable, that moves them to action and to be more assertive, to do whatever it takes to win in a cause they feel is just. And the move towards 7 helps them to be more spontaneous, fun-loving, and uninhibited. So you get a sense of how, like the 3 5s I know, they're all totally different people, but their general stance towards life is to gather information and to make the world a better place, a more enlightened place. So again, this is just a quick overview. If you want more information, go to my wife Crystal's website. I mean, there's lots of places, but that's one. Her website is Journey to Inner Wisdom, and I know she's planning to do a workshop on the Enneagram, an online workshop in June. And if you'd like more information, she is brilliant at this stuff. She knows it like a lot better than I. Anyway, have a great week. I hope you had a good Easter, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.